And so I want to do this video over the real benefits. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a requested video. I got a request from a girl saying she wanted to know the benefits of being a military wife. And she wanted to know these because she had searched around on the internet and she was looking for benefits of being a military wife, and they were all super negative. So whenever I heard about this, I was like, why are people saying the negative benefits of being a military wife? So I went ahead and looked for myself, and one, they were saying kind of negative things, which I don't understand why they would say negative things, but two, they were also saying the benefits of being a military wife, like the actual benefits, like monetary benefits, or like you can shop at the commissary, or like random things that aren't like the actual joys of being a military wife. Honestly, the benefits like going to the commissary and getting cheaper gas are cool, but they're not like the actual benefits and joys of being a military wife. And so I want to do this video over the real benefits, over the joys of being a military wife. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today. And just a little disclaimer, all of these joys are personal to me of why I love being a military wife. This isn't for everyone, but this is personal for me. So I hope you guys like this video, and let's get started. Okay, so the first cool thing about being a military wife is that you become so freaking wise. You're like the wisest wife in the world. Not world, I like hesitated by saying world, but you're pretty wise. Because whenever you're a regular wife, you know, a regular old wife, you get married, maybe like you live in the same city as your parents, maybe you go to the next city beside your parents, like you don't really have to grow up because your parents are right there and they can help you with a lot of things. Whereas when you're a military wife, you have to go to another state most of the time and you're away from your parents. Sure, they're like a phone call away, but you really have to figure things out for yourself because you're in a different state. And then on top of that, you also have to grow in independence. You know, whenever your husband leaves, you have to take care of yourself and you have to learn how to take care of yourself, which grows a lot of maturity and wisdom. And then another thing is that each hard thing that the military presents you, you have to grow through that. And let's face it, like the military gives you so many hard things to face, and through each of those you grow up so fast. I have talked to like countless older women who are like 45 and older or 35 and older, and they're like, how old are you? And I'm like, 23. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're so mature for 23. And I'm like, I know. I don't really say that, but really that's how I feel on the inside. Like I feel super mature because I have just like gone through so many things in my like almost 3 years of being married. And so you grow up super fast. And so I feel like that's one of the joys of being a military wife, because not that you grow up so fast, but that you become so wise and so mature. And it's kind of like, I'm mature. Like, look at me, I'm mature. So that's one thing that I like about it. Okay, so my next favorite thing is you get to travel. Now, this one all depends on who you are, but I think I really love travel because growing up in Texas, it's one of those things where like Texas pride is huge and you never want to leave Texas. It's a conservative state and like you don't want to go into any liberal states. You just like want to stay in your comfortable Texas town where it's conservative and nice and wonderful. And coming out of that was super, super cool because I got to experience different cultures. I got to experience different people, and it was like very eye-opening because I went to San Diego, which is super liberal city, and then I went to here, Washington, where it's also liberal, but it's a kind of different liberal than San Diego is. And so it was like I got to get out of my little bubble of conservative Texas. And it was interesting because coming from Texas, you think like any other liberal state is like you just don't understand. At least for me, I didn't understand. And I came from a small town, but then I went to college, which was like kind of liberal for being in Texas, in like North Texas. And then like, I don't know, it was just super eye-opening and getting to experience like so many different people. And it was just like super, super cool. And so that's one of the joys I think of being a military wife, is you just get to like, your mind is always being molded by like different cultures and different people, and you get to experience new things, and like you get to travel, and some of you guys get to travel overseas, which is super, super cool. And so that's just one of my favorite things. The next one is the pride. I don't know about you guys, but I love being a military wife specifically for the pride. Like, I know a lot of you guys have bought shirts from my online Etsy store, and like literally the shirt is like, I love my sailor, or I love my airman, or I love, you know, whoever. And it's like this pride because they are yours, they are your person in the military. And it's so cool because people will come up to us and like we'll be chatting, and then Connor will say he works, you know, for the military, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, thank you for your service. And I'm just like, that's my husband, you know, like he's great. And then they'll also tell me, which is cool, they'll say, you know, thank you for your service because you're a wife and, you know, you have to sacrifice so much. And then I'm like, well, you know. So it's just like super, super cool that you get to like be in this, it's like such a small community, but like a lot of people are just so thankful for the military, and they like want to be intentional with like, thank you for your service. And especially when like they do it at ball games, or whenever like my church says like, I just want to thank all the people in the military, or like random things that they're not specifically talking to us for, I'm just like, we're in the military. We're in the military. So it's just like, I'm just like super, super prideful. So the next one is the benefits, the actual benefits that you get as a military wife. And that is the military discount that you get at some stores. There's also this thing called the Patriot Express, and I believe that's what it's called. And if you want to start a small business, you can go through the Patriot Express to get a loan from the military to start this business, which is pretty cool. You also get things like tuition assistance as a military wife, and also military scholarships. I'm pretty sure you have to be in specific, what are they called? Majors. I don't know why I forgot that word. You have to be in specific majors or studying a specific thing, but I think they've broadened it out to more majors or fields of study. So maybe check into that, because they do have that assistance for wives who are in college. And then there's also just random things like, yeah, you get to shop at the commissary. Yeah, you get BAH now. Yeah, you can get gas on base, which is tax-free. Like random benefits that I'm not gonna go into because you can look at them anywhere. The next one, which is my personal favorite, is the hottie in the uniform. Who doesn't love a man in uniform? You know what I mean? Like whenever they walk through that door, that they're home and they're in that uniform, it's like hubba, hubba, hubba. Or whenever you see them like on their ship or on like graduating boot camp or all those things, you see them in their uniform and you're like, what a hottie. Also, they have to stay in shape because they're in the military, so they also have some awesome muscles, and yeah, it's just great. It's like they're a package of wonderfulness. And the very last one, aside from them being a hottie, this is one of my favorite things about being a military wife, and it's this idea of being like super tactical. As a military wife, personally, we do these things that are drills in our house, and basically what we do is like, Connor will stand like 10 feet away from me and he'll be like, okay, go. And I have his gun in my holster, and I have to, within him being 10 feet away from me and he's coming towards me, I have to take my gun out of my holster, pop the safety off, and shoot him before he gets to me. And it's like this drill where he's preparing me for if there was like an active shooter or someone was coming towards me, that I need to get my thing out, flip the safety off, shoot within a certain amount of time. And it's kind of weird, like I feel like normal wives do not do that. Like only tactical military wives do things like that. There are so many times where I'm like at a grocery store or sitting in the car somewhere, and I'll like look out in front of me and be like, okay, what if there was an active shooter there? What would I do? Would my first reaction be this? Would I tell Connor? Would I be too scared to call 911? Like, what is my emotion right now if that was an active shooter, or if this happened or this happened? And then I laugh at myself after I do that, because I'm like, I'm such a military wife. When regular people put band-aids on their cut, I put tape if I don't have a band-aid. I'm like, I am a military wife. So it's just like, those are the fun things about being a military wife. There are times when like it sucks, obviously, because they're gone from you, but there are also times where, you know, you get to have a hottie in a uniform, or you get to travel, or you get to like learn more things. And also another one that's totally random that I just thought about is when they do come home, it's like, you know, you get to relive this meeting them for the first time, and it's like this honeymoon period all over again. And so there's just a lot of joyous times. I know a lot of people only mention the bad times, but it's important to also recognize that there are some like amazing times of being a military wife, and it's a time of growth and opportunity to become more wise and become stronger as a person. So yeah, those are the kind of a few of the ones that I thought about. If you have any more that you think of, definitely write them down in the comments. I'm trying to hurry up because my battery's about to die. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and again, write the things that you want in the comments. Also follow me on Instagram and all my social media that's linked below. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!